You've got a lot going on.
How are you?
Good. Right over here. So I'm Don Peavy, Vice Chair of Celebrate America.
Thank you so much.
So listen, it is great to
Do you want me to-
Yeah, it's great to have you out here today with this. There's so much going on in New York State today. It's amazing to have you here. But listen, I wanted to spend a couple of minutes with you and just get a little bit of your background.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm unfamiliar with some of the things you've done in the past.
Yeah.
So can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Of course, yeah. So I'm Kaylee Buller. I was born and raised in Auburn to a prison guard father who retired after 41 years last year. My mom's a nurse. I'm the first in my family to get a 4-year degree. So grew up pretty blue collar and then went away to Syracuse University for a year. Couldn't afford it, couldn't get more loans, so transferred to state school. And the economy wasn't great in 2011 when I graduated, so I moved to DC and made an incredible career for myself.
In DC.
In DC, yeah. I spent about over 13 years there. I worked for President Trump twice in both administrations at the Department of Agriculture. I was the number 4 in Trump 1 administration. I was the number 2 in the last administration, where I oversaw 100,000 people, $200 billion department. I was the Secretary of Agriculture, who's Cabinet Secretary. I was her number 2 lead advisor.
So wait a minute, and you're bringing all that experience
Well,
to New York.
I've been in all these rooms and I've watched all these negotiations over all of my career, and Central New York is getting left behind. And I was looking at the map and the seat was running unopposed. My family's still here. I come back all the time and I love it here and I have the best childhood. I have 3 kids who are 3, 5, and 2. I want to raise my kids here, but Central New York has to be a better place. My kids
Yeah.
need to have the opportunity to stay here if they want to, and everyone my age and younger, they're leaving for jobs in other areas.
Oh my gosh, isn't that true? We've seen it
Yeah.
over the last 10 years, the steady decrease,
Yeah.
and it is incredible. So, you know what? There was something in the news yesterday, actually this last 3 days, where someone by the name of Alex
Yeah,
Fasulo.
I work with her very regularly, and John Rich, and
That is amazing.
I have John Rich on my phone. I call him too. I'm working on the windmills and the solar issues with him.
Incredible. She spent the last 2 days in Washington with the
With my old
USDA.
boss.
Yes.
Brooke Rollins. She sat around that table. I used to run meetings in that room.
Oh,
That's
man.
the Williamsburg room right when you walk into the department.
That is an amazing thing. What are your thoughts just in about, less than 30 minutes?
Hey, I'll come sit down with you for an hour. You tell me when and where, and I'm there.
It is so great that you have that kind of experience that you can bring to the people of New York. It is an amazing opportunity, I think, for us to face the energy issues that we have
Yep.
with your help and actually find a way through that's going to be beneficial to everyone on both sides of the aisle. I think you can help with that. What do you
Yeah,
think?
it's my number 1 issue, and it's the number 1 thing I'm hearing about from consumers. I mean, we have decided to mandate certain energy sources, mostly foreign ones here in New York, and we have not kept all of the options at the table. So we have to bring all of the above energy to the table. The wind and solar mandates, I'm not opposed to wind and solar if it's an optional option. But we have mandated these things, and then we have banned drilling, we have banned natural gas. We're buying our natural gas from Pennsylvania,
Pennsylvania.
who has a budget surplus. They have a Democrat governor, a Democrat House, and they have a budget surplus, and they are fracking and they are drilling natural gas. And yet we've decided, no, we're gonna mandate Chinese solar panels and Copenhagen windmills, and we're gonna wonder why our energy prices are through the roof. In fact, I was just at Dog Corners, which is a solar farm yesterday. I'm looking at it in the beautiful Aurora, overlooking Cayuga Lake. And when that started in 2019, we were paying 22 kilowatt per hour, and now we're paying 95. Since
Insane.
2019, in 6 years,
It's triple.
the first person that was the contract, they've already sold it off, and it's been sold 4 to 5 times, and it's already gone to $95 an hour. You want to know why our energy bills are this high? So when I go to Congress, right now I'm working with the administration to find a way to try to stop any new mandates from happening. When I go there, I'm going to sponsor legislation to preempt New York. I'm
That's
going to make sure we
great.
have all of the above energy. I'm all for nuclear. I'm all for wind and solar if it's an optionality. If I want to put solar panels on my house, I should be able to.
Absolutely.
If a farmer wants to put a windmill on his farm to offset energy, he should be able to. We should not be mandating. Our grid is already too unstable. I mean, we've already started having people losing some of their electricity because our grid is so unstable. You know what'll help it? To reduce our price and make it more stable? Natural gas.
Exactly. Now, I've been to the Public Service Commission's meetings in Albany for the last 3 months or 4 months. I record those. I send them out to the
Thank
public.
you for doing that.
And listen, I am the only person there from the public that doesn't have a vested interest. And it is concerning that the state doesn't push that out there for the public to see. It's almost like they want to hide those dealings behind closed doors, even though they do broadcast them. It's a very dry, it's a very quiet display of what they're doing versus the reality of seeing all of the folks that are there in politics and in control of those independent or individual power organizations, companies that are massing together those meetings to both gain information and push their ideas, not the people. And it's amazing to me to see
Well,
that.
the people don't want these mandates. They're being made without the people.
Exactly.
It's rules for thee, not for me when it comes to Albany's mentality, and they don't care what we want. They're just going to say, oh, you don't know what we know. We're going to mandate these things. We're going to raise your costs. I mean, it's really just, we're beginning, it's communism in its initial forms.
And there's so much more than just energy out there. What other hot topic items are you if you could just list 4 or 5 real quickly, there are massive issues out there.
Housing, I mean, our homeless population in the Syracuse area, there are so many vacant houses that need to be ready for this homeless population. So we are not doing well by our low-income communities, by the housing situation. So that's federal, state, that's local, and I'm already working with HUD right now to try to understand where the breakdown is. Because there are empty places that we need to get people into these homes.
Exactly.
People deserve to have affordable housing. They deserve to have a roof over their head. And I think the other thing is I started my career in fiscal financial policy. In New York State in 2011, when I started tax policy, it was the least competitive, highest tax state. And we said back then, people are going to vote with their feet in New York State. Guess what? How many years later? It's 2026. Over 500,000 people, nearly $25 billion have left this state since 2020. People are voting with their feet. We lost 2 congressional seats. We're slated to lose 2 more. And that is because New York has one of the most uncompetitive, highest tax environments, and people are done. And they're moving.
In fact, just today I was reading this morning, New Jersey, New York, and California are the highest tax states in the country, and New York is in the lead.
It's
in
number
those 3.
Highest
It's
tax.
just amazing. Kaylee, tell me, what area totally do you represent?
I have all of Onondaga. I have part of Oneida up until, I don't have Rome, but I have New Hartford. I have Utica. I have all of Madison. I have half of Cayuga. And then I have a part of Portland.
Wow, so that's massive.
It is.
Incredible. And so do you think that in the future that things are going to settle down with respect to the partisanship process in New York State with folks not being able to vote with their heart and being pushed one way or the other by the far left or the far right to go in those directions versus coming together?
I mean, it's my sincere hope. Listen, this is one of 38 districts in the whole U.S. that actually is still moderate in nature, and you can have that level of bipartisanship. I'm a Republican. I'm a financial, fiscal conservative, but I have a heart, too. The people that we're dealing with, we have to have compassion. We have to think through every individual person. And and that's really important. And so I'm coming at this. I'm not always going to vote. I've worked for President Trump twice. I'm hoping for his endorsement. But that being said, I don't agree with my husband on everything. I don't agree with my dad on everything. And I'm
Does he know
not
that?
gonna agree with,
Does your husband know that?
I mean, usually I win, but but with the president, like when I'm elected as this district, I'm going to be thoughtful with the people, and I will talk to our elected officials and our president when we don't agree to fight for Central New York. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Yes.
Central New York is on the menu because they don't have a representative advocating for them. I will never sign any new taxes into law. I will support term limits, and I will make this place more affordable so my kids can live here if they choose to. I didn't have that option. A lot of people my age don't, and I'm willing to change it.
That's
and I have
awesome.
nothing to lose. All I want to do is come back and give back to the community and fix it based on the knowledge I've acquired and the system that I understand, and I want to advocate and be honest with the people. These are challenging issues, and we can't fix them all overnight, but I'm not going to lie. I don't need a big job after this. I've had a big job, right?
That's exactly
A lot of
right.
people run in these seats to get a big job. I've done all those things. I want to give back and help this community be better, and that's why I'm here, and I'm ready to fight like hell.
You know, you remind me of someone else who's out there running, not for the money, but for the cause. Constantino.
Yeah, absolutely. He's great. I mean, we're gonna meet in together.
Thanks so much for spending a couple of minutes with us. I think the parade's going to get started. They're waiting for you.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be
Thanks
here.
for the information and sharing your future.
Interview me anytime.
Okay.
Let me
Thanks
know
so
what I
much.
can do.
So that's Katie Bueller here in New Hartford or South Utica at the start of the parade here. So thank you so much.
Brought to you by Celebrate America USA, honoring its past, shaping its future.